If you guys win, are you somebody that will hang out on the couch Sunday and watch the things you might need to get you in the playoffs?
As soon as we win on Saturday, I'm questioning what else do we have to do to make sure we get in this playoffs.
On second down, Warren looking for an alley. He's got the end zone, and the Steelers are an extra point away from tying.
Steeler Nation, we are back for the exclusive Thursday edition of the one and only the Jaylen Warren Show. I'm Jay York Football. This is Mic'd Up Sports One. And before we jump into it, Michael, and talk to number 30 himself, let's give a big shout out to our partners over at Steel City Wheelhouse, where the bar is set. Tires for all cars and trucks can now be purchased online at steelcitywheelhouse.com. And the best thing is, winter's coming, remote starters, winter tires, whatever you need, get that love. Valentine's Day is coming up. So there you have it. Finance isn't available, and you could go see John down there, and they have everything you need. And none other than number 30 goes there to get all his custom auto work done. So tell him that the Sick Podcast Steeler Crazy sent you. Mike, why don't you do the next one? I feel like you could use one of these cold ones right now. What do you say?
That winter snow is coming, right? Like it's coming to the Berg. I keep hearing about this crazy.
It's already been
storm
here.
Front hitting. No, I'm talking about snow. Like snow has not been as prevalent in Pittsburgh. It feels like for a long time, for a handful of years at this point. Maybe some global warming effects there, but we're not sponsored by global warming. We're sponsored by Stoney's beer. If you're stuck inside with a snowstorm, you got to keep your sanity and you got to keep your Stonies in the fridge. You cannot settle for run-of-the-mill mass-produced beer when you can have the best. Upgrade your beer game, raise your standards, taste the difference that Stoney's beer can deliver. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, whenever. It's absolutely fire. Just hide it maybe from the wife and kids or husband if you're going to do it for breakfast. Maybe that's a little crazy, but we are crazy.
Hey,
here in the
it is
podcast.
the Steeler Crazy. So why don't we bring on the man himself, number 30 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mr. 3K. What's up?
Much, man. Just, preparing.
That's all we can do. Mike?
Yeah, Jaylen's nickname was J3K because you rushed your, 3K yards, and was that high school?
Yeah, my senior season.
The reason I'm bringing that up again is because we're going to get to the point where we're talking 3K yards in the NFL. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 1,000 yards, impressive, man. Congratulations on that feat, first and foremost. Let's get you to 3K one of these days. What do you say? But you guys absolutely tore it up on the ground this past Sunday in a huge win in Seattle against the Seahawks, 204 yards. Wow. Why were you guys able to ball out, Jay?
Man, everybody was just bought in. I told you, you could see the camaraderie being built. You can see us just coming together and doing their own thing. Doing their job. It's beneficial for the team, and everybody, we were having fun while we were doing it, which was most important.
Talk through your touchdown a little bit. We were all pumped up. I don't know if I've seen you that fired up. You're flexing, you're dunking. Tell us about the play and what you remember.
It's, it was just like an inside zone play. Got crashed in the backfield. I looked away from color, and I was literally just following my blocks and ended up in the end zone. And I got fired up too.
Did you give a peace sign to Devin Bush or whoever was behind you that you might not realize?
Yeah, I really was just stiff arming to make sure he doesn't just clear that area, him tackling. I've seen them trailing me, but then my 3 fingers just went down. I don't know. It just happened. I didn't mean to do it.
You hear that, NFL? You hear that right now, NFLPA? People who try and take money out of wallets, we need you to hear that right now, okay? Yeah, it was a stiff arm, and you were somebody who has a patented stiff arm.
Yeah.
So listen to that, NFLPA. Right now, or not NFLPA, but NFL, I should say, because that's what happened. So listen, I mean, that ground game, we're going to be thinking about that for a long time. Obviously, anytime you go into a game, you want that to be effective first and foremost. But they were banged up on the D-line and the linebacker position. Did you guys game plan for that going in? Did you guys say, hey, listen, Faulkner, Sullivan are like, this is a game where the run game is the priority?
Yeah, 100%. We planned on, establishing the run, early. We knew if we had the opportunity to take the ball first, we were going to take it. And we just wanted to go in there with dominance and, show them we were fearless, and we're going to, tell them what, set the tone for the day.
I know you're an Angry Runs champion already this year. I actually just bought an Angry Runs t-shirt, by the way. I'll be debuting that hopefully by next week. You were nominated, and Najee Harris, your guy, was nominated. And it was just you two this past week. This is really blown up. Shout out Kyle Brand. It is a lot of fun, and a lot of money goes to charitable efforts as well. Najee got the scepter. Is there enough scepters? Are there enough scepters to go around in the Berg?
I mean, shoot, yeah. You want one? Just let me know. I'll just run Angry and give you one.
I want to see you guys like have a scepter duel or something like that, but
save it for the off season.
Yeah, we don't want to see any Jedi tricks.
Yeah, so obviously it's been the talk. The Mason Rudolph story continues. What can you say about his play on the field?
He's just real decisive. He knows where he's going with the ball, and whatever decision he makes it 100%. He doesn't second guess himself. So, he's competitive, and, he's not scared of making a mistake. He's all gas, no brakes.
It looked like the locker room after you guys won, the celebration was crazy, just everything that was coming out. Just tell us a little bit about, that moment after that win.
Yeah, we were hyped in the locker room. We were getting it. We were getting to it. Everybody like, where the music at, And,
you need your theme music.
Was Take Over Your Trap playing?
Yeah, they did play that. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. There you have it.
Mandatory.
That's any away game win, I feel like, especially that a big win like that. Right. Let's talk about your teammate, Nick Herbig. He's a friend of the podcast, came on right when the Steelers drafted him. I know that that's your guy. He had a huge strip sack. Just kind of talk about how happy you are seeing his play and just really having a great rookie season.
I'm real happy for him. He's really, jumped on his train and got going fast. And he's a competitor as well. We do this backs on backers. When we go backs on backers, I always go against him.
Mm-hmm. And really,
I always tell him run it back. Like he'll get me, I'll get him. We always jump back in line, and we're supposed to get maybe 2 reps, but we end up getting 8 just because we want to keep going at it. But yeah, he's I love his game. He's fearless. He's gonna. We noticed him as a running back, but we noticed him back in camp. We're just 5'1's good.
Mm-hmm.
Back in training camp, he was doing his thing, so I'm not even surprised. I'm happy for his success.
Great to hear, Mike.
Yeah, I love that, man. 8 reps, the competitive nature. Jaylen Warren, Nick Herbig, definitely on display there. All right, we got to bring it up. Last week of the regular season, my gosh, it's gone fast. Thinking about playoff scenarios at all? You guys just laser focused, getting the win. I know it's hard to probably block out at this point, but you're good at blocking that out.
Yeah, I mean, we're focused on Baltimore, so we're focused on Baltimore. We know there's things that there's situations that are supposed to go down for us to make it, whatever. But we're just making sure we do our part first and getting this done.
If you guys win, are you somebody that will hang out on the couch Sunday and watch the things you might need to get you in the playoffs?
As soon as we win on Saturday, I'm questioning what else do we have to do to make sure we get in this playoffs.
Jordan will text you the scenarios after. He'll text you the scenarios. We don't want to tell you right now because your focus obviously is so much in Baltimore. You don't even need to think of another damn team. But Jordan, just hit him with the scenarios after it. And it's not a whole lot, which is good. Just FYI for you guys. The focus obviously is get the win. I'm sure you probably heard at this point that some of the Ravens starters are resting, including Lamar Jackson. Has Coach Tomlin touched on that with you guys at all about in terms of preparation? You know, I'm assuming it doesn't change one bit because the potential MVP and some other stars might not be playing.
No, I would say no. We saw that they were sitting Lamar, and we know who's up. We know who we're going against. But, we're preparing like we're playing the starters.
You guys, I mean, you dominate the division so far this year. Obviously, Baltimore is one of those games where you better bring your hard hat. You got to absolutely lay everything on the field no matter who is playing on that team. I'm sure that rivalry obviously is one that you're already feeling ingrained in, right? Like it's a little bit different, right? Like it hits differently.
Oh, yeah. Baltimore, those games are really the most fun to me because I love the intensity of that game. Iron sharpens iron. So, I like to go, they got a real good linebacker tandem. I don't know what their situation is, but I'd love to compete. So.
Yeah, Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith, just a couple of names over there, Jordan.
Yeah, do you guys feel that you are peaking at the right time right now? And if you do get in, that you're a dangerous football team? I mean, we've seen it happen before with past Steeler teams, wild cards went on. So do you guys feel that, like you said, the camaraderie, everything's coming together at the right time? And if you guys get the win and things go your way, do you think that you guys can make a run at this?
Yeah, I really feel like we could. A couple of weeks ago, some guys, we just had that like dreading feeling, some of us. But then like after the game, it was like I really hope the season doesn't end, talking with a couple of teammates. I really hope the season doesn't end anytime soon because, this is us, we're here.
Yeah.
I
mean, you put so much into it, it's a long season and then, not make the big dance, So I think things are going to go your guys' way, though. All right. So I'm telling you now, the Jaylenisms, we're going to end with that. So you can, I don't know if you have the notebook or what, but we'll take the fan question. So I'll let you gather that real quick if you want.
Jordan, I can pull some up right now. I'm not sure if
I
you
got
have
one.
any.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You could start with it.
Yeah. All right, Jaylen. This is from Luke Roll. It's Luke6 on Twitter. Thanks, Luke, for the question. It says, how does it feel to not get drafted and end up with a team like the Steelers, working your way up to where you are now? You're a beast, man. Keep going. Shout out to Luke for the question and tuning into the Jaylen Warren show on the Sick Podcast, Steeler Crazy. It's kind of like probably the question that you get asked, all the time, but I just think that it never gets old because, it's a great story.
Because, it really, like, it's my heart that speaks when that story comes up. I don't know. I mean, it's still surreal. Just today I was like, I'm really playing in the NFL,
Yeah.
I'm in the NFL still. Like, this is crazy. People live for moments like this. And, it's still a dream come true. I often got to remind myself, that I'm still playing. Although it's a business, I try to, I stay grounded, stay focused. But at the end of the day, it's like, damn, I'm really in the NFL. And so I like to stay in that headspace. Really answer his question. It's a good feeling to know how far I've come and sacrifices I made, and being disciplined where it's gotten me.
Yeah, and yeah, I just remember the video of when they first told you that you made the 53-man roster. I just remember I like reading an article like right when it was like, and then we end up with your show. I'm like, this is awesome. So, Mike, do you have another question for him?
I remember the video of him dancing at the Steelers fashion show. That's one.
Well, everyone. I think everyone
with the big hat, with the big cap,
with the big hat.
Your dad has that now, doesn't
Halloween.
he? The hat.
Yeah, give it to him.
That's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll go through some of them here. This one, I like this a lot. I don't know if we've asked this yet. I mean, you've probably talked about it in multiple places. J Mars 412. Outside of football, what is the best thing or some things you like about Pittsburgh? Other than the candles.
Bath and Body Works is everywhere. That's not just a pit. They have that in Utah too.
Yeah, the scenery, you could say.
The bridges.
Good answer.
The city. Yeah.
But not driving on those tight, compact streets.
No. Yeah, nah. Yeah, just like it's like a tunnel. Like I don't know what it's called, what tunnel, but it's like you go onto a yellow bridge, I think, and it's just a view of the whole city, and it just, especially at night.
Yeah,
that airport right out of the tunnel, driving back from the airport type vibe is right when that hits. Okay, there was one more that I kind of liked here. Let me go ahead and find this. This is an interesting question. You probably can digest it a little bit more than I am. It's from James at Splash Theory. How much impact do you feel bouncing from defender to defender? Does it just feel like it's momentum moving you all together? Or are you kind of there like, okay, I got hit, and then thinking I'm going to get hit again and again and again? That's
a good question.
I wouldn't know how to answer that. But does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess like I do try to go with the momentum. I do, like that's why you see me spin so much. Like when I'm running, and then I don't know, I'll see somebody to my left, but I'll get like bumped from my right. I'll go with the momentum spin and try to create something. It's really just I've always been a bouncer. I don't know what makes me so hard to tackle, but I'll just be running, and like if you see the first dude that tried to tackle me, he could have really like just wrapped me up and brought me down on that like long run, that 23-yard run I had.
Yeah.
But I really just keep my feet going, just keep running forward, and then I just try to find creases and make something out of nothing.
How pissed are you whenever the first guy tackles you, the first guy to make contact?
Yeah, I hate that.
I could tell. We could all tell while watching it. We could tell.
I hate that so much.
I feel like you could be 25 yards down the field and still hate it.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, hit him with it. He's already given us like great cliches.
Yeah, but we gotta end with one, and we'll get you out of here.
I got one.
Nice.
It's short, but discipline dictates success.
I like that.
Wow. DDS, we're gonna have to get a shirt. Discipline dictates success. That's dope. I like it.
It's a good tattoo too.
True.
Yeah, you guys have shown it certainly the last couple of games. We hope it carries over into Baltimore. Hopefully you get a Sunday after a win where you get to kick back, watch some games, and then see you guys have another game the following week to prep for. That's a victory for everybody if it does happen. And we look forward to catching up with you after that happens, man. Stay healthy, do your thing, don't get tackled by the first guy, and I guess be careful with those stiff arms.
Yeah. All right. Be as safe as I can be. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Good luck.
See you, Jay.
Appreciate it. All right, y'all.
We'll be rooting for them, man. Not that we don't always root for them, but I mean,
we got to root for a lot of stuff to happen.
Jaylen jumped off, but I can, for our listeners who are currently still with us, wow, I can't talk. Jaylen's got me so emotional after that. Jaylen is, who are currently still watching. Here's the playoff scenarios. I'll give it to you for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if they win on Saturday, beat the Baltimore Ravens, they need one of two things to happen on Sunday. They either need the Jacksonville Jaguars to lose against the Tennessee Titans, or the Buffalo Bills to lose against the Miami Dolphins. Okay, so those are two opportunities right there. They just need one of them, and then they get in the playoffs. There also is a scenario where if the Steelers lose, they could still make the playoffs. Crazy. Interestingly enough, right? It's weird because this feels like, they have to win to get in the playoffs, and obviously that's the goal, and that's what they need to do and go out there and accomplish and get to 10-7. But here's that scenario. They lose against the Ravens, and then Jacksonville still has to lose to Tennessee, and the Raiders have to lose to the Broncos. So they would need a Titans and Broncos win, and they would make it at 9-8. So I have a feeling, I mean, no matter what, win or lose, we're going to be sitting there Sunday rooting for different scenarios for them to make the playoffs, just like we've done the last 2 years. One worked out in our favor 2 years ago when the Chargers and Raiders almost tied, but they didn't on Sunday Night Football, and Big Ben made the playoffs. And then last year it didn't work out. They needed the Jets to beat the Dolphins in overtime, and they would have gotten the playoffs, and Miami won that game.
And it didn't happen.
And they didn't make it. So more anxiety, more Stoney's beer, all those things, man, make for a great last weekend of football. Fingers crossed, right?
Yep. I think that Mason continues his success, and I'll give another no, you know what? I'll go Deontay Johnson touchdown.
You think they win?
Yeah, I think they win. I think that, the offense and, like you said, the camaraderie of the team, I think the locker room is good. I think that people really are rallying behind Mason right now just because, the guy paid his dues, and it's his story's great, and, he's getting his chance, and as they say, Carpe Diem, he's seizing his moment, so seizing the day. I love it.
Do you think they make the playoffs?
I still don't think that they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know, man. The way that this season, I just think that there is some eternal things with the Pittsburgh Steelers that need to be addressed this offseason. But as far as what they're putting on the field these past 2 weeks have been great. But can they continue that to the playoffs if they do make? I just don't think it's,
Yeah. Dependent on other teams, you never want to have your fate in somebody else's hands ever, and that's shitty. If you missed our last episode, go check it out. We had Jersey Jerry, the legend, on. This guy's blowing up everywhere. Live Golf is tweeting him. JJ Watt, TJ Watt, because he completed the hole-in-one challenge for Barstool, raised a lot of money. It's funny because I posted this topic on Twitter asking for Jaylen Warren questions, and literally 3 of them were about Jersey Jerry. He put, be Todd Father, how many people in the Steelers locker room followed along to Jersey Jerry's hole-in-one challenge? Another person, Nick Chepp, did Jaylen hear about the most incredible athletic feat of our generation? Jerry the Kid 21's hole-in-one. So go back and watch that episode. It's a can't miss episode, and I'm also referencing it because he said he doesn't think the Steelers will make the playoffs. He agrees with Jordan. I think they are going to make the playoffs, and the scenario I have is they beat the Ravens, the Dolphins beat the Bills on Sunday night, and we're going to have to wait all the way about 36, 48 hours to find out if it does happen. But hopefully Sammy and Yellow's Titans can pull through. I think they're going to give the Jags a hell of a fight.
After that Mike Vrabel speech, I was ready to run through a wall. Pittsburgh boy, never forget it.
Yeah, good point. It's going to
never forget it.
Usually play the Jags well. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play, but he's been pretty crappy this season, to be honest, anyways. Yep. Beathard played great last week in a win for the Jaguars. So we'll see, but go Titans, go Dolphins, and I guess go Broncos. There it is. Strongman competition. Paul Spadafora.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Steelers Crazy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.